Hello? Hey, Evil Dia, what's up? What? Oh no, sorry. I have had enough with that Brazilian fake polyglot. I can't. No, I'm not gonna watch. What did you say to me? He spoke Italian? Okay, okay, okay. Hold my beer. Pasta. All right, number one. So as you know, I've already reviewed a video from Evil Dia, very good channel, and he says this hyperpolyglot is a fraud, and then we watched pretty much the entirety of the video except this section. And will you will you look at that? That's exactly the section about Italian, so I've got to react to it. I've got to check it. Also because my buddy Evil Dia here asked me to share my opinion. Let's go.
Now, I chose and put this one specifically right here, just for like kind of a shout out to a friend of mine, Metatron.
Queste esperienze mi hanno insegnato che imparare una lingua è anche costruire relazioni.
And that was the extent of his Italian. Now,
What? Wait. No way. Is that it? So, see, oh my gosh, these people. I'm going to address what he said. I'm going to listen to it and dissect it to every single atom in that bunch of sentences. But here's the thing I don't understand when it comes to fake polyglots. He literally said, said will be a different level. He literally read 2 sentences and a half. How is that exceptional in any way? Anyone can do that. Anyone. I can open any language I know nothing about. Maybe I'll choose a Romance language, I guess, to have a little advantage when it comes to at least an approximation of the pronunciation without any training whatsoever. I could do that, read 3 sentences, oh, look at me, I'm so good, would you like to pay for my course now? I don't get it, I just don't get it. 2 sentences, that's all. All right, let's listen to it again. You're going to give me a heart attack, Evil Dia. Let's go.
kind of a shout out to a friend of mine, Metatron.
Queste esperienze mi hanno insegnato che imparare una lingua è anche costruire relazioni.
Questa esperienza mi hanno insegnato che imparare una lingua è anche costruire relazioni. That's what he said. So, all right, so let me dissect this very quickly so I give you what you asked for. So, as you know, I hate the approach, but I do want to be fair. First, the positive. His pronunciation is not bad. Okay, so I'm just going to say that. It's not the pronunciation of someone who has lived in Italy, and most likely it's not the pronunciation of someone who has spoken Italian with actual natives. It is understandable, and in fact, it's better than what you usually get from people who come from a different linguistic family altogether. With that being said, that is not because he spent any time learning Italian, it's because, well, he speaks Portuguese. So just like someone who speaks Spanish, you would have as an advantage compared to other people. But his pronunciation is not bad.
Queste esperienze mi hanno insegnato che
Alright, queste esperienze. So it is plural. Queste esperienze mi hanno insegnato. These experiences have taught me
imparare una lingua è anche costruire relazioni.
che imparare una lingua, that to learn a language, è anche costruire relazioni, is also to construct or to build relationships. The sentences are correct. The grammar is fine. It's nothing though. It's like, yeah, that's all I can say. The extent to what sort of praises I could use for the polyglot. But he's clearly reading. Look at his eyes.
Mi hanno insegnato che imparare una lingua è anche costruire relazioni.
Okay, I can't prove that he's reading. Maybe he's not reading, but even if he's not reading and he memorized it, okay? So this is a sentence, 2 sentences that he literally memorized. It says nothing of his Italian. So once again, the grammar is okay. It's correct, but it looks like something that was copy-pasted into a Google Translate, which has improved a lot. I don't know if you, Evil D, have made videos about this, but machine translation used to be really bad. Google Translate has improved a lot. So now you can put full-on sentences and paragraphs, and usually it does a good job. And of course, we've got the advent of advanced language models. So in general, ChatGPT or Claude AI or what have you, Gemini AI, as language models, they're actually pretty decent in the sense that they will provide good translations. Like oftentimes I use these language models when we write a script in Italian and I want to translate it in English quickly. So I will do a translation, a machine translation, and then I'll review it with the Italian original right next to it and maybe make some changes if some of the translation is not great or is not excellent when it comes to accuracy. But I have to be honest, machine translation has become really, really good with the advanced language models. So the simple fact that the sentences are correct say nothing about his ability to speak Italian, know Italian, build a set of paragraphs or sentences in Italian with actual knowledge of syntax and grammar. No, sir. It just says that most likely whatever machine he used did a good job. So congratulations to the machine. Having said that, even though the pronunciation is fine, I would say that there is a little bit of the only thing I would say when it comes to the way he enunciated is the fact that it doesn't seem like he has that sort of experience that you would build if you actually have even a conversation. You don't have to be fluent, but you have a conversational level in a language where you know where to put the natural pauses, whether it's for breathing or whether it's in general for emphasis that a native speaker would place naturally and that you will organically acquire as you gain more and more experience when it comes to speaking whatever target language that you're focusing on. He doesn't have that, I can tell that, because he just keeps speaking but he doesn't really place the intonation as an Italian would. But beyond that, it's nothing. Maybe he would be talented towards Italian if he actually put in the work and ditched this. Okay, so I'm not saying that this guy is rubbish, his Italian is horrible, like it was the case with the other polyglot that we reviewed together. Well, that you made a video and that I reacted to, the kid from India who actually, his Italian was a complete mess. It was all wrong, it was terrible. This gentleman's Italian right now is fine, but it proves nothing, and it's something that anyone with zero training could pull off. So in terms of let's do an evaluation, well, let's do a presentation first, because there is no presentation to evaluate here. There's nothing to assess if all he did is read or memorize and repeat 2.5 sentences in my language.
And that was the extent of his Italian. Now let's see how good he is. Basically, he's probably reading a script, but it's hard to tell because it was too short and it wasn't particularly unnatural. So I guess this is a shout out to Metatron. How good is he really?
The Italian was a little underwhelming, ladies and gentlemen, but hey, as Evil Dia just suggested, if this gentleman wishes to prove us wrong, me and Evil Dia are completely wrong, we missed the mark, prove it. Come live streaming with me. My Italian is phenomenal, I can tell you that much. I will absolutely record the live streaming. I'm in fact inviting this person. Show me your Italian. You will be here. You will not be attacked. We can do it on your website if you want, but then again, I'm recording on my side too. We could do it on your end so you don't get attacked, or you can do it on my end, be a guest, and then you can prove, you can surprise us all with how well you handle a full conversation in Italian with me. Ci facciamo una bella chiacchierata in italiano, ti parlo velocemente, ti parlo in maniera naturale, normale, e parliamo 20 minuti, mezz'oretta in italiano e vediamo come te la cavi.
Now, I'm going to jump through a few more languages, but I can't possibly cover off them all because although he says he speaks 40 languages, he's mastered them, he actually includes videos for so many more languages that he never even claimed to be mastering. So I think he's actually forgotten how many languages he's mastered because he's just mastered so many now. So I've chucked in a random one, Albanian.
Këtë serie video do të flas gjuhën nga cilë shkruajeni alfabetit. Do të jetë shumë interesante dhe sfiduese.
Përshëndetje, ai mirë.
Unë jam mire, si jeni?
Mirë, faleminderit.
Si e ke emrin?
Alesia.
Me vjen mire që u njohim.
Faleminderit.
See, I wish he did this with Italian. I wish he did this with Italian, so that I could see how he interacts with someone that is on the other side actually speaking to them. Although then again, if this is highly edited by him, then the problem persists that he may have skipped all those sections where he did not understand or did not reach a successful communicative experience and just left in and puzzled together little sentences where he's using literally A1 level, what's your name, my name is, vocabulary and conversation. So this would have to be something that is done live streaming. Then that's proof of at least a certain level, not fluency, but still.
Ku jeton ti?
Unë jam nga Brazil.
Sa mirë flis ka shqipe, bravo.
Mesove shqip sepse mendoj se kjo gjuhë është shumë e bukur. Unë thjesht po përpiqem të flas me njerëzit këtu.
Okay, basically the reviewers for...
And he also may have been, it was so far away and so low res that he may have literally been reading. Like imagine he has got the chat on the left and then he has got a script on the right. And then he knows that if he says, what's your name? And the girl says, Alessia. And then she's like, what's your name? And he's, or whatever, where are you from? And then he's like, I'm going to say where I'm from, and then I'm going to say, I really like learning your language. So like the little script, because if you ask someone what's your name, they're not going to answer back with, this is my take on the current geopolitical events, or they're not going to respond by starting to talk about astronomy, are they? So that was kind of a A1 level, but let's see what Evil Dia says.
Albanian were everywhere in between from... he's probably reading a script. Maybe he's touched the language a little bit, down to the guy is a complete load of shit, and he's not pronouncing the language correctly at all.
And that is a massive indicator of he's pretending to be a level that is not. If pronunciation is... you don't have to sound native. Most people can't even reach it. But at least precision in the basic vowel, consonants, overall pace of the language is to be expected by someone who claims to be fluent. And if you claim to be a master, I'm expecting like you are up there with some of the best speakers.
So you can see right now the reviewers basically jump between, you know, being honest and being honest, but, you know, a little bit kind. My viewers are kind. They try to think the best about people, but some of them will just tell you the truth. Specifically this one right about here. This guy is full of shit on at least Albanian and Greek. Well, I guess that covers off Greek. Okay, we're still in the A's, I guess. Armenian.
Խոսը տասի լեզումեք ռոպևես պակաժամանակուն։ Ձեզ։
Բարև։
Ինչպես եք։
Լավ ենք, դու ոնց ես։
Ես էլ լավ եմ, շնորհակալ եմ։ Ինչ եք անում։
Էջ Մարտին մանգալ խոսանք։
Yeah, and someone calls him my professor. Man, that is, yeah.
Աչելի հանդիպյա ձեզ։
Մեզ էլ։
Ես հայեր եմ սովորեցի, քանի որ կարծում եմ, որ այս լեզուն գեղեցիկ է։
Դու բրազիլացի ես։
Ահա, ես Բրազիլիայից եմ։
Լավ ես խոսում։
Շնորհակալ եմ։
The first video is definitely a fake, according to this person here, because he's just used Google Translate and he's worked off the pronunciation provided by Google Translate, and Google Translate actually doesn't pronounce Armenian correctly. Now, if you take a look at my screen right now, he has videos for pretty much every single language that you could possibly think of that is of Slavic origin or East European origin. And of course, then he's got the occasional European languages in there. And it's just language after language after language doing the exact same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, the message he's saying to spread is, look at me, I'm a genius. I am a genius. I can do what no one else can, even though what he did in Italian, it's the opposite. Anyone can do that, proves nothing. But he's trying to push the message that he can do what no one else can. And if you too want to do that, give me money.
Now, I'm not going to cover off all of these languages. In fact, when I was making this video, I got at least 30 minutes into it, and I realized I was only 25% of the way through his languages. Gosh. So we're going to have to rely on that Google Doc, which is this doc right here. It covers off every single language, and it includes critiques from both...
I love how methodical Evil Dia is. Goodness gracious, man.
Natives and learners of those languages, and multiple critiques. And then obviously it includes sections for those languages where we couldn't find someone to critique those languages. Funnily enough, English right there, because, well, we didn't have any proper videos, but you got my critique based on the tiny little bit that we had.
Yeah.
And he includes languages like over here, like the most random of languages. Yes, someone out there would want to learn it, but these are the types of languages you learn as a hyper-polyglot, or you say you learn, so no one can check you on it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for him, I have a community of people who are crazy about the most random of languages, and this list just goes on and on and on and on. Link will be in the description for those who want to review it. Now, for the...
Hey, Evil Dia, if you want to expand your power, let me know, because I'm gonna let people know, like, you have my complete support when it comes to expanding the number of people that can work on this document and cover also people from my community. I'm more than up. Give me that link, mate. I don't want anything. You don't even need to shout me out for it. I'll just put it under every one of my videos so that my community too can come and join and help.
Guy who features in this video, I want to say this. Stop with your bullshit about being a hyper polyglot. Don't think you're safe by just speaking in Portuguese and not appearing in the English world. Anyone who's actually interested in languages will learn your language eventually, find you and call you out for your bullshit, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Instead, what you should do is focus on actually just improving your Russian, maybe, you know, learning Ukrainian to a proper level along the side of that, and getting a job related to that. Maybe 40 years from now, when you've got 10 or 15 languages actually under your belt, then you can go out and start selling courses.
But to be honest, you can sell courses even if you have 1 or 2 languages, but they are actually mastered. Then I don't have a problem with you selling a course. You don't need 15. I'm not strawmanning Evil Dia, but I'm just adding to that. You don't really need to, like, the 15 languages thing is like, just do it if it's really your passion. Just your passion. You love it. Then by all means, try to double down in 40 languages. Just don't do the fake polyglot thing.
You're a young guy who's like, I can't remember, 20 years old or something. This is not the time to try be the hyper polyglot, freaking Giga Chad. I don't know, Andrew Tate of the language world. It's not going to work out for you. Now, unfortunately for you, you have been caught out. And there's nothing you can do about this at this point. The best thing you can do if you actually speak all these languages, which we know you don't, is to make long-form videos with natives actually speaking these languages without a bunch of jump
or go live
cuts. Now, if that's not you, I suggest you take down your websites before everyone gets even more juicy details about you and stop trying to sell this bullshit online.
100% support the message. Excellently done, Evil Dia, as usual. So yeah, what do you think? Well, let me know. The invitation is extended. Thank you, Evil Dia.